Hello everyone, how are you? Good afternoon. It's Friday, June the, what is it, the 18th today? And so I guess I'm in a cooking mood. I'm gonna make some fry bread, New Mexico style fry bread my way, you know, kind of a little bit of the way that I've learned and stuff. So make a flat taco out of it, you know, and so it'll be exciting and stuff. So anyways, what I'm gonna do, you guys, if you guys joined me this morning, you knew that I was making chili, some green chili. So my green chili is finished. It's just warm, and then I have some beans cooking, some pinto beans, and that's doing very well. And so just a little bit and stuff. So they're almost completely ready and stuff. So anyways, we're gonna get started and stuff. Thank you all for joining me in Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia. Again, I'm going to start with 2 cups, just a little over 2 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of powdered milk, 1 teaspoon of salt, regular salt, and a little pinch, 1 teaspoon or so of shortening. So I'm doing that. I'm going to move this out of my way. I'm going to get started, and I'm going to get my rolling pin. I have my oil already, you know, heating up because it has to get really, really hot. So if you use a wooden spoon, all you have to do is you put the wooden spoon at the bottom, if it starts to sizzle, you know your oil is ready and stuff. So I have 2 cups of lukewarm water, and I may or may not use it all. But anyway, so here's my whole mix, and I'm going to mix it all up, break up that little bit of shortening. And then, you know, we'll cut up our vegetables and our onions and stuff for it. So you guys will love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video yesterday, my red chili spaghetti, my New Mexico red chili spaghetti, and my green chili garlic toast. And then, of course, this morning I made chicken, you know, chicken and rice basically. And my version with all fresh vegetables from the garden and stuff. So that was nice. When I made the drumettes this morning, you know, the wings, it reminded me of all the chicken that lately, if you go to these chicken places to order chicken, you know, the fast food places, it's like they look like chicken wings anymore, the drumsticks and stuff. And so not sure what the heck's going on, that I guess they're only butchering baby chickens. But anyway, so, or just using all the wings. I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, so here I broke it all up. I broke all of this up. And thank you again for joining me in Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia, my authentic New Mexico cookbook. And some of the recipes I share are in my cookbook. My brother, my youngest brother, Ernest, he's so precious. He said, you know, I don't think you need to be giving everybody all the recipes. You need to make another cookbook. You need to write another cookbook with the rest of the recipes. But I don't know. We'll see, you know, and stuff. If I hit, what is it, 1 million viewers and subscribers, or even, you know, I'll be very happy, or 100,000, I'll be extremely happy. Then I can afford to write another cookbook, or get it published, that is, and stuff. But again, welcome to my kitchen and stuff, Margaret's Kitchen and M in New Mexico. And again, thank you guys for joining me. So it's going to be, this is our dinner. We had, that, you know, to tell you the truth, we had the soup for breakfast. So here I'm just going to put a little bit of lukewarm, and it is lukewarm, and that was only about a quarter cup and stuff. So you want it to be soft but not sticky. And then you want to knead it, let it rest for a little bit. And it'll rest while I cut up the veggies, all the vegetables, and then we'll fry and stuff. Come and eat. If you guys want to come and eat, come and eat. So here goes now a little bit more. And so I use, you know, the bluebird flour. I love to use the bluebird flour. And then I also use, I like to use the bread flour from Gold Medal. You know, that's one of my favorite flowers next to the bluebird and stuff. So that's what I use. And so anyways, ooh, this is coming out nice. A little bit more water. Like I said, this was 2 cups of lukewarm water. You just never know if you're going to use up all the water, if you're not. It just all depends. I don't know what it is, you know, and stuff. But anyway, so it's coming along. So, you know, wonder what all you guys are planning for Father's Day. You know, I always try to marinate on my 2 son-in-laws and my hubby, you know, and stuff. I don't have my dad anymore, so I don't marinate anymore. My dad, you know, and stuff. So see, it's a little sticky, but it's okay, because we're gonna add a little bit of flour to my counter, just a little bit. You should always put flour in your counter anyways. There. And then once you're kneading it and stuff, it just all comes together. So don't get scared and don't start adding a ton of flour and stuff like that. See, it comes together. So if you, like I said, you know, you should always have flour on your counter, because it helps to, you know, when you're kneading, it's important to knead. I don't know why my butcher block is moving so much. When we had my butcher block built several years ago in 2012, they didn't put the locking wheels on it. So we got to find locking wheels, but the more and more that I use it and the more and more that I cook, the more and more I'm noticing that I really do need the locking wheels. But anyway, so yeah, so hope your Father's Day goes well. You guys enjoy your dads, you know. You've only got your daddies, and take care of them, love on them, you know, and stuff. So see, it's all coming together. See? So I'll take all this off my hands. My beans and my chili smell so delicious. So delicious. And I just, you know, regular pinto beans, just depending how many, if it's just hubby and I, just going to use 2 cups of beans and, 4 cups of water, and I always add some bacon grease to it, and salt and garlic. Garlic's important with your beans. If you add the whole garlic clove into your beans, don't peel it, just wash it really well, and then put it into your beans, and it helps with what. You won't have those flatulating spells and stuff. So look at this. I told you, once you knead and you knead and you knead, my lid or my flour fell. Get my napkin. I spilled a little bit of water, and I'm going to move my water into here. See, I told you it doesn't get sticky anymore, and it's a nice soft dough. I'm going to get my scraper so I can pick that up. That way it's all picked up from the counter. Oh, it looks great, and it feels good too. So we're going to just let it rest for a little bit. And yes, I did not put baking powder. I didn't put yeast. You're just going to do it this way, because you don't want it to puff and this and that. You just want it to be it'll be flat. and stuff. So, and so anyway, so that's important. So like I said, I did not, when you're making sopaipillas, you want to add your yeast and your baking powder and stuff, and you want to let that dough rise. And you do want to use your, your really nice warm water, because you don't want anything to be cold. Just want to make sure it's all nice and pretty. Check that out. Look. I'll check my camera one more time. Make sure we're doing good. Hi Carol, I think you were on earlier or yesterday and stuff. I just saw you when I checked my camera. How are you? Thank you for joining me. I am not a professional. This is just me cooking New Mexico food. Our families have been here since before the 1700s. So, this is our food. This is how we cook. And I love it. I love New Mexico. Okay, so my oil, I'm going to wash my hands real quick. And I want you to be able to see the top of my stove. You can see everything that's cooking. I have my plates ready and whatnot. But in the meantime, my oil still needs to get a little hotter. I want it to get hot, but not to the point that it's boiling hot. And stuff. So I leave my napkin. I only use it to dry my hands, but it's a nice. So here, this is from a community garden, this lettuce and stuff. And so look at how beautiful it is. Isn't that pretty? So anyways, I'm going to rinse it real quick. Rinse this, leave it back there. So I'm going to roll it. You need a good, pretty lettuce. I love lettuce. When I was pregnant with my oldest daughter 40-some years ago, I used to crave heads of iceberg lettuce. So my mom and my dad would always get me iceberg lettuce because I just craved it and stuff, so I loved it. So anyways, and then I would crave iceberg lettuce, and I would crave menudo and guacamole, and oh my God. And there was only one restaurant at the time in Los Lunas that my parents, and this is back in 1978, that restaurant no longer exists. But anyways, then it was called Michante. And anyways, it looked like a hole in the wall. But oh my God, they had the best menudo and the best guacamole. And I loved it, and so that's what we did. My dad would go get me some. It didn't matter if it was 10 o'clock at night, my dad would go get me menudo. And my mom would wake him up and say, Margaret's craving menudo or guacamole or something. And there would go my dad, and he would go and get me the menudo. I was young when I had our daughter. Her daddy has always been around, and we've been married 43 years. We got married not too long after she was born. He was in the Navy, so we got married not too long after she was born and stuff. And we've been married this long. Going on 43 years this September. We have when they show all those Teen Mom and all that stuff, one day my daughter and I were talking, she says, Mom, you should have given them your story. And I go, well, they didn't want a story that didn't have a lot of drama. And my husband was in the Navy, so I am a true blue military Navy wife. I'd say that if you're going to be anything, you should be a Navy spouse first, and stuff, because that is a test. Because the guys are gone for so long and stuff, And so, anyways, but yeah, so Dad would go and get me the menudo and stuff. So anyways, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I love my story, and stuff, because he was just so funny, and Victoria was everything, you know, as they say back in those days, eran los ojos de él, you know, he loved his Victoria, and then mi hijita Rachel came along, and oh my God, my dad was just in heaven with his first two grandchildren, you know. Then thereafter, everybody else started coming. So I always tell my daughters, they got the best of grandma and grandpa, you know, because, you know, they got their youth. They got everything, you know. So I tell them, you know, it's all good. I said, because you guys got the best of grandma and grandpa and all the aunts and uncles and the great aunts and uncles, because you guys got to know them and love on them, and they loved on you guys, you know. So for your weddings and stuff, I said, graduations and weddings and things, you guys got the best of them, because, oops, I dropped my piece of tomato. Anyways, and, oops, I tell you. But anyways, I always tell my kids that you guys got the best of your tios and your tias and everybody, because you guys were the firstborn great grandkids on both sides, my mom and my dad's side. And on my husband's side, they were the firstborn grandchildren, period, but not the greats or nothing like that. And so it's, you know, it's a true blessing, you know, it's honestly. So I always tell my girls that, you know, I always tell them that when our Alexis was born, oh my God, that girl had so many grandparents besides us. It wasn't funny. It was too funny. It was too much. Because I still had, you know, I still had three grandmothers, and I had my grandfather when Alexis was born. So I had my two grandmothers, my grandfather, which became their great, and then on top of all that, my mom, my dad, and then on top of that, they had my husband's parents, and with that, they had my husband's grandfather. No, I'm sorry, they had my husband's grandmother and the other grandmother. I mean, oh my gosh. And then, of course, her dad's parents. She had so many grandparents, it was just so unreal, you know. And so I always tell my kids that, you know, I always give them that positive light. And I love purple onions, so we can use the purple. And so I always tell my kids that, you know, but anyways, and, you know, cooking, you know, back, you know, when I was growing up, it was a given. Everybody cooked. Everybody joined in. Everybody cooked. Everybody did things, you know. And no, that's not fantasy land. We were a very close family, especially to my dad's side of the family, because we lived next to my dad's side of the family. So we lived next to my grandfather's brother, some of his brothers and his sisters, and you know, we all lived by each other. So we got to know all our family, you know. So anyways, so here's my onion, and I'm just doing this rough, you know, just a little bit, just slicing it, but not all the way. I leave the root on. And then but anyways, so it's just really something. So I'm blessed that I got to learn how to make a lot of different foods. So blessed for that. And when my husband was getting ready to either re-enlist or what he was going to do, I was like, go ahead, you can re-enlist, you can do whatever you want. I said, but I want to take the girls home. I want my girls to know their family. I want them to be raised around their tios and their tias and their great aunts or great uncles. I want them to know who they are. I don't want my kids not to know them in that sense, you know. And I wanted them to know all that. So it was so funny because I love to talk about my family. So anyway, so it was so funny because my grandmother and my great aunt, my grandfather's sister, and my grandmother, they had gone to California for my cousin's wedding, and for my aunt's granddaughter's wedding. So at that time, my grandma had gone to go see us at the naval base, and she asked my husband, she says, you should let me take the girls home on the train so that they could get an experience on the train. All along, she wanted to bring them home because she just loved the grandkids, you know, and the great grandkids and, you know, whatnot. They were the first ones. So my husband said, okay, you know, go ahead. So she brought them home, and guess who came after? I did. And so hubby got out of the Navy, yes, and soon after he joined the Air National Guard. And from there, he traveled the world. I mean, he traveled and traveled and traveled. He didn't miss a beat. And anyways, and so, okay, there's all my onion. I throw this. And so he did not miss a beat when it came to that. Let me check my, let me show you so you guys can see what I mean about it sizzling, okay? So I'm gonna take you down so you can see what I mean about the oil. Can you see it sizzling? That means the oil's ready, look. If you can hear it, I mean, it's ready and stuff. But anyways, so I, like I said, so Jesse just, you know, like I said, he joined the Air Guard, and from that point on, he traveled, he did everything that his little heart desired, and which was nice because, you know, he, let me put this knife away. I don't need that knife. So anyway, so he did all that stuff, you know, he was happy, you know, he was truly happy and stuff. So before I do that, I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna put my knife here. And I do have my cheese, it's already grated. So you know, when you're making this, it's really a pretty quick meal, you know, it's a pretty quick meal. So you're gonna get your little balls. And I kind of do it like this. Just stretch it. Stretch it. It almost becomes transparent. So I use my rolling pin because I'm not that good yet. You know, I mean, if you're Native American, you know how to do this. You know. And I'm going to make 2 right away. I'm going to have you here for the whole time. See? You always make I make a hole in the middle. And stretch it one more time. And usually my tortillas are very round and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put it into my oil, and I do the wet side down. Ooh, you can hear it sizzling. I'm going to take you over there to show you what it does. I'm going to take you over there. See? Look at that. Okay, I'm going to take you back to our mat. So I have to move the camera because I want you guys to be able to see it all. I'm going to get Isn't that cool? Okay. I'll do the next one. Make a hole and just place it in here. And you always put the wet side down. That's what I do. And like I said, I didn't even use no yeast. I didn't use no baking powder, nothing. You don't want it to overpuff either. And you know, this was just 2 cups, and so it makes 7, about 6, 7, just depends. This came out really, really good. Let it cook just a little bit. So I try to make them as round as I can. I'll make them right away since there's only 7. So a little bit goes a long ways, as they say. A hole in the center. My grandma, when she made tortillas, she always put that hole in the center. I do for the fry bread, but not for my tortillas. This is bubbling away. Turn this down. Yummo, yummo. Another hole. These come out really, really good. Check my camera once again. Came out perfect. I love it. I'm just rolling the tortillas, you know. And, well, the dough, so look at that. I'm sorry, I don't have a big old studio camera, so this is what I have. So, anyways, look at how beautiful they look. I'll put the next one in. Oh yeah, perfect view of everything. Three more and then we're ready to plate. So I just roll. Okay. Nice. I'm going to take the lids off this, off my beans and my chili. And I'll move you all over there in a little bit closer and stuff. When you're filming by yourself, you can only do what you can, you know, and stuff. You know, it just takes a lot of patience. And one day I'll be able to have my whole camera crew, God willing, and stuff. So right now, this is just me. Look at that. You know, I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. And like I said, it's a wet side down, and just let it slip into the oil. And if your dough full, just pull it back over. If one of my family is watching, please call Jesse's phone and let him know what you guys are seeing, okay? I'd appreciate it, just to let him know what you guys are seeing. Call hubby's phone. So that way he can tell me if something's not right. Oh, you gotta see this. The way that it just bubbles up. Look at that. And remember, there is no baking powder, there is no yeast, nothing. Here's my chili and my beans. Now, a little bit of water in my chili. I want it to be a little more, just a little bit more liquidy. But I gotta put hot water. So here's number 6. And it's the wet side down, and just slip it in. You know, this morning when I was making my the chicken soup for lunch, or breakfast, I should say, because we really did eat it for breakfast. I said, I think I'll make some green chili, and I thought about it, and I thought, I know what, I'm going to make some Navajo tacos, or New Mexico taco style. My way of making the Navajo fry bread. And the one thing about it is my water gets very, very hot. But I want my chili to be a little more watery, just a little more watery, because you want it to, you know, go over everything really, really well. It'll come to a boil real quick because my water's pretty hot. Yummy. And then let me beans. Oh, look at my beans. Yeah, really good. Okay. Okay, now I'll put the last one on. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. So let me see. Now I'm going to get you over here a little bit closer now because I want you to see what I do with the chili. See the chili? And then my beans, my frijoles. Look at how creamy they are. Okay. And then the last of my fry bread. And I think it's actually the powdered milk that makes it do this. I don't know. It's different, you know, and stuff. So my spoon this way. And then what I'm going to do, put my rolling pin away. I'm going to get a fork. Okay. The last of my fry bread is out. Yep. Nice. I turn the heat off. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to put my fry bread on here, and I'm going to put some beans. Okay, I'm going to move you over. There, you can see all that. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my onion, and I love onions, so I will put a good amount. And then I'm going to put some cheese. First, you'll see how I do mine. Okay, and then now I'm going to put the green chili that's boiling all over again. Look at this. Doesn't that look great? Okay. And I love cheese. My family loves cheese, so I'll put a little bit more cheese. And then I will put my lettuce on top. I'll put my tomatoes. It's just simple. Well, I don't put nothing else on it. And then I'm going to cut up an avocado because I love avocados, so just use that as the garnish. I love to do this. Okay, so then okay, and then I'll put a little bit of, and this is my version. This is what I like on it. So I just put a little bit of sour cream just on the top right there. Just for a little decoration. Let me wash my hands. You think? Check it out. That looks good, huh? Let me show. Get a little bit closer. There it is. And then, of course, my authentic New Mexico cookbook. How does that look? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it. Ooh, buen provecho. Mira. And my chili is hot. Let me tell you, I know it is. That's the only kind of chili I buy. Ooh, look at that. Mmm. Oh my God. It came out amazing. Delicious. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Ooh. Come out good. I get excited. I love food. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining in my kitchen, Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia. Tu sangre es tu sangre, my authentic New Mexico cookbook. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Margaret's Kitchen, NM for New Mexico. And you know what? Share, share, share. Invite everybody, please, and stuff. So thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Adios. Bye.